Hi, Coach. Thanks again for sending me this video. Um, I've had a, I've enjoyed looking at your team. I sent you some notes on some positives, some things that I really like, some things that stood out. Just a few of them are your line blocks really well. I think they're powerful, aggressive, doing a great job with them. Um, your tailback, as far as athleticism, you've got some good athleticism on the line. Your tailback is good. I understand he's coming back. I think you're losing your fullback, but your tight end is decent. You're gonna move him to fullback. That should work. And your quarterback is young also, and he'll be back. He definitely played like a younger quarterback, but I could see that he's got a lot of good potential there on the outside or with your receivers. I know you're losing this guy, but you've got some guys who you think can replace him. Your your slot, or your Z as I would call him. We normally, out of our eye, we put him outside. This will be our twins look here. Um, he's a good he will help you out in some ways. He has some limitations, but he's definitely talented athletically and a good receiver. I thought I'd just kind of go through play by play and just note some of the things that I saw. And you know, Definitely you've got your reasons for doing things, and I totally get that. But I just wanted to give you some of my thoughts, and if there's anything that you could put in. I think that some of these changes, just some small little changes, I think you'll see some pretty different results, and you'll have a very different result against this team offensively. And these guys were pretty good. Was what you were telling me. They were 12-1, and you guys don't play against them typically very well, but at least you'll have them at home next year. And if you're on a roll and don't hype the game too much up, maybe your guys will play better, hopefully. All right, your first play right here. Okay, take a look here. All right, just a pass. I'm going to skip ahead here because I want to talk about the run game first. So you've got your power. All right, so this is our twins formation, but you're calling it K left. Um, the formation right here is a nice formation. I like it. What I use it for primarily is typically I'll set the twin side to the field, and just because we'll have more room out there, and I'm looking for an advantage to the twin side because your slot, bring him over. Most of the time you get a numbers advantage, and so we'll look to toss, or if it stretches out their defense, we'll run power inside or ISO inside. Um, and then if the defense shifts to that side, and I've got to see a clear shift, and I've got to definitely see a nice opening on the backside, which I've got to like what I see back here. That's when I'll run backside. And of course, what we do is when we call it, our fullback always goes to the play call side of the run play. So if it's 24 power for us, he's going to be on the right. If it's 25 power, he's going to be on the left. Um, so you've got power left here, and this is a good call for sure. You have good numbers over here, and some of the things I like to do with power and that may help you is move your fullback up to 4 yards. And I know you're in the pistol set here. You look like it, I think your quarterback is at 4. Um, we move him back to 5, and we haven't had much trouble with that. I think you'll be fine if you want to try that and have your fullback up at 4. This guy is a good. You've got a great tailback here. He'll have no trouble hitting the hole in time. Um, I think the 4-yard depth of the quarterback, in my opinion, out of pistol, is more for teams that are looking to run that midline veer, and um, they're meshing, and they want to get that mesh happening a little closer to the line and a little bit sooner. So if you're going to run more of a traditional power ISO, I'd go ahead and just back them up to 5. You're totally fine there, and that gives your back a little bit more time to hit the hole, and your quarterback um, he'll be in a little better position to throw the ball and sprint out. All right. So yeah, we have our fullback up. We rarely run the ball to the fullback, and really that's only out of our spread sets when he'll be um, to this to right or left offset, not in a pistol formation. So yeah, I mean, you could run it to the fullback if you want and back him up, but I think that what you lose there is the angle of him blocking really well for you on power and ISO. So, and even a better angle on toss plays. Um, so anyway, that's kind of my first thought. So if you have him moved up here at 4 yards, and you've got a nice look here, and your basic power run game, I keep it super, super simple, is tight end, he's blocking first man inside. Okay, now you've got a 3 technique here from this tackle, so you should be able to double team these 2 guys right here. I'd double team. You get a great double team at the point of attack. First man inside is this linebacker right here, and that's fine. You could send him right to that linebacker and keep it very simple. Are you going to get this double team to the backside linebacker? Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes that's tough to do. But you're going to have a great double team. You're going to have a man on the inside linebacker. Then all you've got left to take care of is this end right here. And you've got a nice size fullback who's just got to take a great inside path. His path, if his heels are at 4 yards and he goes right through your tackle's heels on a straight line and then J curves out, to get a great angle on this end, he's going to, 90% of the time he's going to block him out. He's going to force this guy, this end, he's going to have to decide, am I going to squeeze or not going to squeeze? And if there's any hesitation at all with him not squeezing, you're kicking him out and you're running inside, and you've got no issues there. So backside guard wraps around and fills the hole. And he can also be looking for first guy that shows. It could be this corner here, or it could be the backside linebacker if the double team doesn't get to him. Either way, you've got an extra blocker at the point of attack there. And then your tailback should follow the same path as the halfback right through the hole. And then he can make his cut either outside or inside. So, if you really want to get technical with it, I think running it that way is totally fine, and you'll do really well with it. If you've got a great puller who comes around nicely and does a good job, then you can teach your puller to take on the play side linebacker's inside number. Okay, and then you're sending your tight end on down to the backside inside linebacker. Then you're going to create a seam right up the middle here. Okay, so you could do that if you want. It just depends on how good your puller is. We've just had our puller get around and find somebody. All right, so I'll go ahead and run this, and you can see that defensive end right here, he doesn't squeeze very well at all, and your tight end's going down inside. So that tells me you're going to run power inside all day on these guys. And when he finally does start to squeeze, then your fullback can just, on his path, he's going to arrive at his outside shoulder because he squeezed so hard. All right, then you just lock him down inside with your fullback, same path, no matter what. And your tailback will bounce it outside. Your pulling guard will bounce it outside, and you'll have a nice run outside. So disciplined teams, you'll be bouncing outside. Undisciplined teams with that end, you'll be running inside on them all day. Okay, and their coaches are going to be consistent. They're either going to have them do one thing, commit to it, or not. All right, so that's what I like. I'm curious. I know you've got them in this twin set here. I'm curious to see, out of just your base eye, does this corner widen out here? If this corner widens and no one comes up here, outside backer, you've got an even bigger numbers advantage at the point of attack because you're just taking one of their defenders out of the picture wide. So it'd be something to check out and see what they do. So have eye formation and just look at it and say, what do we like it better out of? Is it better out of eye or is it better out of twins? Okay, so great block there by your guard, play side tackle. Well, play side tackle, let's see, you got a little different blocking scheme going on there. But I do think your play side guard and play side tackle are some of your strongest blockers. All right, so we'll take a look. Let's go on to wedge, fullback wedge. Very nice blocking up here. I love wedge. My one thought on wedge for you, take a look here, is at my notes. You're getting the ball to your fullback. I don't think he's a great runner, and you know that. But think about running it out of a spread formation and maybe even direct snapping it to your halfback. So quarterback's there, halfback's there. Everybody, you got to put a different personnel group in, spread it out like you're gonna run, like like you're spreading the field. You might run bubble or throw it downfield, and then run your inside wedge, direct snap it to the halfback. Okay, we used to do it, but we'd run trap, and trap is a nice play. But you run wedge so well, I think you could just hammer away at wedge on the inside there, and just direct snap it to your halfback. Okay. Another note on that, with your tempo, I'd look to do shifts or just hurry up. So on that wedge play out of spread formation, run them out, get them lined up right away, and it's on one. No pre-snap cadence, nothing at all. It's just run out, get them set, run it quick. So it's kind of a quick tempo play and a direct snap. So you'll catch the defensive line really off guard right there. That's the idea, is to catch them off guard.